This interview is sponsored by SUV TV. Experience sports live streams, original content, highlights, and more.
Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined, so y'all can sit here and ask me all the questions y'all want to. I'm going to answer with the same answer, so y'all can shoot if y'all please. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get
I want to welcome Jerome from the Tipoff Classic, the founder, creator of one of the biggest independent basketball events of the year. It has it twice a year. Man, it was bananas in there. Court 7 needed a fire marshal to stop letting people in. So many people was over there. I mean, it was lit. It was going on, man. It's really nice. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, man. Appreciate you asking. Yeah, see, one of the things I like about your event and make the event so good is you have different teams coming from all over the country. You got teams from EYBL, Adidas League, Under Armour, all that good stuff. You know, get all these teams playing against each other, and it's a good litmus test. It's a gauntlet to get you ready for the live period.
Well, man, to be honest with you, man, sometimes I outdo myself. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is I surprise myself sometimes. And this was one of those times where I really, really, really surprised myself. I always put my heart and soul into it. Everybody knows how good of an event it is, but it just continued to get better. I got a text after the event from a well-known person here in Georgia. And he said, man, every year I think you can't top it, and you end up topping it. You know what I mean? I don't know how you do it, but you end up topping it. Even though I think you can't, it's no way to top it. So, yeah, man, all I can do is just keep putting it on, man. It was a great event, great exposure for kids. I know a lot of kids got offers from it. I know a lot of kids got a lot of exposure from it. The media coverage was ridiculous. You couldn't be anywhere in the nation and not hear the Tipoff Classic this past weekend.
I just wish you could see more EYBL teams in this so we could evaluate them more and have them play these other teams and see how good everybody really are and these players are, how good these players really are, instead of guessing and speculating and seeing them play on their respectful teams.
Just think that it don't matter who shows up, to be honest with you. It's going to be a show. You know what I'm saying? And if they knew what was beneficial for them, you know, they would be there. I think a lot of teams, especially EYBL teams, come with a prima donna attitude. And so you either got to go extra overboard to get them here, or, you know, they want something. And, you know, like in certain cases, you can't get them here. And they got to want to be here, number one. And number two, they got to be willing to come in and play anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why the show is because we match them up. You know what I mean? And, like, it can't be, I don't want to play this guy, and I don't want to play this team, and I don't want to play this team. You got to play whoever we put you up against. And, like, that what makes the show, and that what makes people want to see that brand of basketball. So, again, man, we would love to have a lot of them teams here. And we welcome those teams here. And I had some reach out to me, but man, we're you know what I mean? If they don't show up, they're going to read about it. And if they don't read about it, they're going to see it on their timeline and they're going to wish they was here. So only thing we can do is continue to put our best foot forward with the teams that decide to play with us. But we'd love to have any and every team.
So you think the success the Tipoff Classic is having with the media, all this, you got the independent media, you got the guys that you hire, and then you got the video guys down there, and it buzzing so much on social media, you think some people try to duplicate or copy or mimic what you do?
Yeah, I think, but I mean, here's the thing. You can't copy the original, right? Because I'm not copying nobody. I'm just being who I am. So by me just being who I am, it creates what I create. You know what I mean? When somebody copy that, they got to sit there and wonder why I do what I do. And they don't know the foundation of why I do what I do. And so they run into snags or mistakes because they didn't come up with it and they don't even know why I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? So again, they can try to copy, try to do as much as they can, but it's reasoning about everything I do. And hopefully some people be able to pull some of it off, but it still originates with me and my awareness of what's going on and my business savvy.
So let's discuss how you increase your media presence where you had multiple people on court, on different courts, multiple people on one court, miking guys up. Let's talk about how that's a success and how it worked out for you.
All right, so last year I had a media team that consisted of 2 people. This year I had a media team that consisted of 9. And we posted so much from an account that Instagram shut us down because they thought we was robots. They thought we was robots, but it was just so much information that was coming out. And I had one of the Night Riders guy administrator, Keno. He was like, man, it was just so much stuff coming out so fast. It was almost like it was live. And it wasn't just one court. It was all 7 courts that it was coming out of. And he was like, man, that shit was just crazy on how that media was. And it was all media on top of everybody else's media. It was just crazy, man. And that I was really, truly proud of this past weekend. It was just so much coverage. And that damn, man, listen, that court 7, listen, if I'm a team, like I know a lot of teams don't want to play on Friday and they try to shoot for Saturday, but Friday night, 8:30, is the prime time game. And when I tell you it was stupid crazy, it was stupid crazy. So, yeah, just really proud of the whole event itself. I think it's a national event. I can't find an event that's better but Peach Jam if you want to. And I don't have Nike money, and I don't have Nike backing me. But other than Nike and Peach Jam, I can't find an event that's better than the Tipoff Classic in the country.
Let's talk about the atmosphere on the show, how it's packed crowd and everybody sitting around watching and standing room only over there and everybody just trying to get a peek and watch and hear the oohs and ahs.
I mean, it's just the crowd and the excitement, man. Like the culture, like when people say you do it for the culture of the Tipoff Classic is what basketball is all about. I mean, that culture, the who's going to come through. They're going to walk through the rappers, the celebrities, the former NBA players. Everybody's coming through, man. And then the culture is so good. It's almost like a club feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's get in the Tipoff Classic, man, and let's hang out and hang out around. And it's just a real good environment, man, the atmosphere. So really proud of that. But for the independents, man, now we had 2 independents that was in the show. South Georgia Elite that went 2-2 in the show. And Team Smash, who I think didn't win a game, but they did pretty well. Lost a couple players before getting in the show. But we're now giving independents an opportunity to get in the show. And how do you do that? Well, you have to, do your pre-tip-off stuff. And if it's up to the par, then we'll put you in the show. If it's up to par, if we look at it and say, oh, man, you know what? This is a great independent team that deserve to be in the show. I watch them the weeks before the Tipoff Classic. And if I think they're really good, then I'll put them in the show. The second way to get in there is if you win the regular pool. So if you go into 17U and you win that like Champion Chance did this year, they will automatically get an automatic bid to the show in July. So it's ways for independents to also work hard to be rewarded in a way kind of like the Sun Belt or, the A10, like these places where you have to win your conference to get into the team of 64. I've been thinking about it, man. I've really been thinking about it. I was asking myself what way I can make it better. And the only thing would be music, man. Music. That's the only thing that could make it better. And because it's just the coach is already there. So if you add the music, maybe that, and then maybe talk to Mike Eddie, man, about opening that upstairs just for Court 7, so we can get more people watching that game, because I think a lot of people come down to watch that game and they can't get in, so they just stand there in Court 6. But if they could get to a place where they can watch the game, they would go upstairs, and it'll kind of be like that Peach Jam rail feel, you know. But yeah.
Let's talk about the atmosphere on the show, how it's packed crowd and everybody sitting around watching and standing room only over there and everybody just trying to get a peek and watch and hear the oohs and ahs.
Yeah, I mean, what was so amazing about this one is that, you know, I know Nike was kind of upset about this because I heard through the grapevine they was upset about it, but the number 2 player in the country decided to come and play at the Tipoff Classic on Sunday. Dylan Harper came down, left May Hoops, and came down to play at the Tipoff Classic. And that's just a testament to what this event is that where the top players in the country wants to be here and they want to put on the show, and all those cameras just watching, and it's just pandemonium. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think with Peace Jam, they put so much, they handcuff the media so much to the point the media can't really get out the content they deserve to get out because they're so like handcuffed and go over here and sit right here. No, you can't get here. And, oh man, like, you got to let the media be the media, man. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And so we're here, man, we're able to get up close, different angles, mic'd up. We got kids mic'd up. I mean, we got every single aspect of the game, that following the players off the court, interviews, like you're watching it live, man. Like, and we, you know what I'm saying? We want that for the coach, man. We're not trying to say, man, you can't walk over here, you can't stand over here, you can't be there. Can you keep it moving? I get it. It's crowd control, but at the same time, man, it just, like, I never forget. I went to Peach Jam last year. And everywhere I went, man, I had a guy following me telling me I can't be right there. And to the point, man, I said, yeah. I got to the point I just left, bro. I wasn't even worth watching basketball. I'm like, I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? Great event. I think, you know, PCM does a great job of getting the top talent there. And obviously, you know, it's the creme de la creme. But, I mean, I just think it's a lot of policing that's going on that affects the culture and the atmosphere of that game.
Yeah, I got a short story for you. When I was there last year, I kind of experienced the same thing where they had the gym real packed, and if you leave, you couldn't come back in. Well, I had my son with me, of course, and we needed to go change his diaper. And the guy basically told me, hey, man, if you leave, you can't come back. I said, dude, I got to change his diaper. I can't change his diaper in the gym with all the people around. And for a split second, he's being a human being. He looked and thought and said, hey, as long as you come back through this door, I'll let you back in, man. Let me back in. But it shouldn't have to be that way. I shouldn't have to really explain anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, but I understand they have to do it because the crowd situation is so big at Peach Jam. And they have to do it. I get it. But maybe they need to cut it off. You know what I mean? To be able to, you know, for people to have access to those kids media-wise, and for people to be able to enjoy a game, you know, maybe they need to cut it off and not let that many people in. You know what I'm saying? And let just only a certain amount, or have say, you know what, we're going to sell this many tickets. Once we reach this limit, we're done for that day. You know what I'm saying? And then where they don't have to be so stern about it, because they do a great job of trying to do the crowd control. But I really think it affects some of the experiences for spectators.
Man, I want to thank you for joining the show, man. It's always a pleasure to have you on all the time, man. Don't be a stranger.
Hey, man, appreciate you like always, man. Tipoff Classic, June 30th through July 2nd. Don't miss it. It's the second session. Again, a lot of people, y'all wait till the last minute to try to get in. We had to turn a lot of people around in the spring. I'm pretty sure it'll be the same for July. So don't wait till the last minute to register, man. But Hip Hop, I appreciate you always having us on, and continue to do what you're doing for the community.
Man, that mean a whole lot. That's why I do this. That's my payment, man. I appreciate you saying that, man. Till next time. Peace.